Hello learners of English, welcome to the channel. My name is Benjamin, and in today's video I would like to talk about some of the reasons as to why I left the United Kingdom. Before I start this video, I would like to say that I am a very lucky person. I was born a British citizen. Being a British citizen is wonderful because you can travel the world, you can travel to many countries without a visa. It is a very great passport to have. And also, many people really respect British citizens. If I travel to a country and show a British passport, people are more likely to treat me in a nice way because I am a British citizen. So I am very lucky to be a British citizen. Also, the United Kingdom, Britain, has an amazing history, as you probably know. We, the British, have invented so many amazing things, whether it be the World Wide Web, or telephones, or railways. Maybe you could debate that, but we have invented so many amazing things. So being British is a really cool thing, and Britain as a country, as a former empire, is a really amazing country in terms of history. But right now I want to have a rant about why Britain, why England, London is not a really great place to live in, and why I left the United Kingdom. As you can see, I am right now in an ice rink. I am standing in an ice rink where people play ice hockey. I am in Novosibirsk in Siberia. Usually it's very cold, but right now it is only September, so it is not that cold, but I guarantee you it's going to get very cold very soon. But anyway, why did I choose to move to Russia? Well, there are many reasons why I chose to move to Russia, but in this video I want to talk about why I left the United Kingdom specifically. Reason number one is crime. Crime in the United Kingdom right now is kind of out of control. If you are a guy and you like to go to the park and you like to go to the pub at night, you are probably going to have a problem at some point in time. Most likely you will experience being mugged maybe once if you live in the United Kingdom and you don't just stay at home and you go out with your friends. Most likely you will have experienced some kind of form of crime. It is not pleasant, I need to say. If you are a guy, sure, you can defend yourself, but if you are a guy and you're sitting in a park like I used to do a lot, and you're with your friends and you're on a bench and a few guys come up to you with a knife and say, "Give me your stuff," there is nothing really you can do. Sure, you can try to fight the robber and you could try to stop the robber from killing you, but is it worth the risk? I don't know. Maybe your iPhone is so amazing and you're willing to die for your iPhone. To be honest, I don't really want to die for an iPhone. And I have been robbed a few times in England, and I need to tell you that it is not a fun experience. I don't really recommend this experience, being mugged, being robbed. Not really on my top to do things in life. And if you have never experienced being robbed, then you are lucky. You do not need to experience that. It is absolutely awful. So like I said, I have been robbed about 3 or 4 times in England, but that is successful robberies. People have approached me to rob me over 20 times in my life in the United Kingdom. That being said, I did used to skateboard a lot, and if you are a skateboarder, you're always on the streets, and of course if you're always on the streets, you're gonna see some not amazing things. So if you're not a skateboarder, then yeah, maybe it's less likely you will be robbed, but still, you want to be able to skateboard and not fear someone coming up to you with a knife and saying to you, "Give me your stuff." It is not fun. And right now in the United Kingdom, maybe you have noticed there are riots going on around the country. Riots are when people come together and they destroy stuff and they do crazy stuff together. It is quite a chaotic situation living in the United Kingdom right now. People do not fear the police in the United Kingdom, and the police are just not respected. Many police officers can't really do their job because many police officers are scared that if they arrest someone, especially if that person is from a racial minority, they are scared that there will be more riots if they arrest someone and if they do their job. And also they are scared, the police are scared that they could also go to prison if they use a little bit too much force. Their face will be all over the news. So being a police officer in the United Kingdom right now is a very difficult thing. So crime, not a good thing. One great reason to leave the United Kingdom. Another reason to leave is that it is no secret that the United Kingdom is a really expensive place to live. Sure, there are some more expensive places to live, such as New York in America, or anywhere in America, maybe is a little bit more expensive than the United Kingdom. Or if you live in Hong Kong, maybe that's more expensive than the United Kingdom or Switzerland. But yeah, living in England is expensive. Not so much for the food. Of course, food prices have increased recently, but the food prices in the United Kingdom are kind of reasonable compared to some other countries. For instance, I was really surprised to find that apples in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, are so much more expensive than apples in London. So with regards to food prices, living in the UK, it's not great, it's still quite expensive, but it's nothing compared to some other countries. But what is really expensive is finding a place to live. That is awful. And if you want to rent an apartment and you have an average salary being something between £20,000 to £40,000, if you have an average British salary, by the way, for my Russian audience, the £20,000, £40,000 is around 2-point-something million rubles to 4 million rubles. So in Russia, that's a lot of money. If you can buy an apartment for 4 million rubles in many big Russian cities. But in England, 2 million rubles, well, £20,000 doesn't really get you very far. And if you want to rent an apartment, then good luck. It's really difficult finding an apartment in a good big British city, especially London. Even if you go to a smaller city like Bristol, where I lived for a few years, where I went to university, if you want to find an apartment there, then it's going to be really difficult. But not only are rent prices really expensive, there is also so much competition to find an apartment. And it is exhausting if you need to find a place to live. It is a horrible experience looking for an apartment in the United Kingdom. And you need to also have a perfect renter's resume. What do I mean by renter's resume? I mean having a good history as a renter. You need to have a perfect history. If you have been evicted from an apartment before, evicted means that the landlord, the person that owns the apartment, has said, get out of my apartment. If you have been evicted before, then that could be a real big problem for you if you want to find a new place to live. So renting apartments in England, I haven't even talked about buying apartments. That's another story. Buying apartments is just outrageously expensive. But even just renting apartments in the United Kingdom is really, really expensive. If you like the idea of sharing a house with people, for instance, if you want to get together with 5 friends and share a house together, you can do that and you can have a relatively affordable life. But do you want to share a house with people? Me personally, I don't. I like having my own apartment here in Russia where I can wake up and use my own bathroom and use my own kitchen and not have to worry about anything. I love having my own apartment. If you like to share apartments with people, or if you like to share houses with people, then living in the United Kingdom might be okay for you. But I don't want to do that. I like having my own apartment, my own living space. It's great. I really value that. Another reason why I left the United Kingdom is that I am a lover of foreign languages. I have been studying Russian for a long time, and I have been studying a few other languages for a while, and I want to live somewhere where I can practice using those foreign languages on a daily basis. I used to work in a hotel in central London, and sometimes I could practice some of my foreign languages, but it was on a very basic level. It was something like, welcome to the hotel, here is your room, here are your keys. I couldn't really speak the foreign languages a lot, and I was not satisfied by this. So I made the decision to move to Russia, a wonderful country where I can always practice my Russian on a daily basis. Also, as you probably know, I am an English tutor. And being an English tutor in the United Kingdom is not a great option. Whereas if you're an English tutor, especially if you are a native English tutor living in a foreign country, you can have a very nice life and people come to you and they respect you, and it's a great profession to have, especially in a country like Russia where there are not many native British English teachers, and I can be one of the only native British teachers in Novosibirsk. I have almost the whole city to myself. Whereas in England, I think there are millions and millions of people who speak English, if I'm not mistaken. So there is a lot of competition if you are an English teacher living in the United Kingdom. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, or if you live in the United Kingdom yourself, please let me know in the comments section below. And please help me out by subscribing to the channel and pressing the like button. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you next time, and bye for now.